Warning, this episode contains strong language or mature themes. Parental discretion is advised.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing good, man. Alright.
Welcome to this podcast is Uncalled For.
What's uncalled for about it?
Well, you can't tell anybody this.
I'm listening.
Oh my God, what are you doing?
Don't be ashamed to be a supporter of Barack Obama for the next 2 years or for the rest of your lives, because you should be proud of what you've done.
I worship Cthulhu just for the free beer.
But you didn't even give him a chance for a wild card spot.
Well, the name of this podcast is Stuff Uncalled For?
This podcast is uncalled.
Podcast, all right.
Yeah, that was the most ridiculous ending to that game that I've ever seen.
Oh my gosh, I gotta hurry up. Oh my gosh, I gotta hurry up. Oh my gosh, I gotta hurry up.
We're looking at each other in the eye. We're not going to say anything derogatory to the other person. And, of course, neither of us is drunk.
Another thing that differentiates Mormonism from Catholicism is I don't hear Pope Francis saying that he's a prophet, seer, and revelator.
See, this is a disgrace.
Hey, we're getting somewhere.
And now, your host for this podcast, Mike Chernefsky.
Fuji!
Welcome to the podcast. So we're finally going to do it. We're doing our drunk episode of the podcast today. Today's guests are two of my former co-workers at Silpada Designs. The guys who made my job there possible, because they're both of our forklift drivers. It's been quite a while since I had a chance to talk with these guys in person, but it was really fun. By the way, kids, do not try this at home, and do not try this if you are under 21. So with that out of the way, please welcome Lucas Stoneking and Daniel Rains to the podcast. Hey guys, welcome to the podcast.
Hey, what's up?
So, just for because the audience can't see you guys, just go ahead and introduce yourselves real quick. So, start with Luke, since you already spoke.
Hey, what's going on? My name is Luke. I'm good friends with Big Dan over here, and longtime friends with Mike Chernefsky over here. Ski, as he would go by.
Yeah.
I'm Dan Rains, and we all at one point worked with each other.
Yep, that's right. We were all co-workers at Silpada Designs together. Yeah, you guys did all the forklift stuff, and I was doing all the stocking and everything. Wasn't always that way, but for the majority of our time together, that's what it was. So, what are some of the things that you remember from our time at Silpada?
Man, other than the actual physical labor and work, I'd just say just kind of the shenanigans that we would, kind of while we were working, just chit-chatting back and forth and just having an overall good time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was
working with each other.
Interesting place because we could really have fun at times and get our work done. Another interesting thing was that it was mostly women that worked there.
That's true. That's true.
That is a fun
warehouse.
fact. That is a fun fact.
They sold jewelry, so it was still mostly women.
Yeah, it's true. Heck, we even had supervisors who were women and everything. So, yeah.
Heck yeah, I mean, I've been by that building. I think it's still up. I don't know if they sold it yet.
Wow.
It must be a big overhead, unless you would buy the building outright, I guess.
I guess we're talking about something no one would have any idea, but the company shut down.
The company shut down.
About
I looked into it actually after my interview with Tim. The brand itself was bought by Berkshire Hathaway not too long ago, and
what is that?
That's Warren Buffett.
Oh, really? Wow.
Also owns Nebraska Furniture Mart.
He owns McDonald's, doesn't he?
He owns half the world, I think.
Yeah,
and
very.
the trains.
Yeah, the
Burlington.
The main company shut down, but then the name got bought, so they now just sell online instead of the.
Yeah.
Well, that's beautiful. Good for them.
Mm-hmm.
So what is that person? Warren Buffett bought it, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, at least.
That is interesting. I didn't know.
At least his company. I don't know if necessarily he was picking it, but.
Now, Warren Buffett's a very smart businessman in those regards. Out of Omaha, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever been to Omaha. I'm not gonna lie.
It's just down the street, man.
I don't think you ever have. I need to go to the. I want to go to the zoo. You should go to the zoo sometime.
I always hear people like will purchase for like Christmas. They'll purchase some like a steak, like they'll direct it to your house, and so I don't know if it's good. That's all I really know about Omaha, honestly.
Well, Omaha's just up I-29 from us, and
what is like 4 or 5 hours, maybe less than that.
Maybe it's been a long time since I've been.
But you can certainly leave early and get there and have a full day of activities.
That'd be nice. I like Lawrence. Kansas is probably a good place to do like a daytime like activity outing. I'd say.
Yeah, I agree. Certainly younger me would agree too.
I mean, I haven't been in a while, but I do deliver packages for Amazon, so sometimes I will get routed and routes out in that general area, and I don't know if I necessarily live there per se, but like I said, it'd be nice just to go on a day outing out there and just kind of see the culture.
Yeah. Yeah, Lawrence is a nice city.
Didn't you run for mayor out there or something? Didn't you run, or like?
It was state senate.
I'm just ribbing.
Lawrence wasn't part of the district. So
I'm just ribbing.
It was just a small part of Overland Park, and then all of Lenexa.
Right.
Is
Oh,
the
that's
district.
cool. Lenexa's nice, man. Lenexa's real nice.
Yeah.
Yes, I like delivering to Lenexa Overland Park.
Oh yeah. Leewood's good, but some of those properties over there are ridiculously humongous.
Yeah.
For no reason.
Long private drives that you're like, am I gonna get shot when I get down here?
Yeah, and I don't need that many bedrooms that I can't fill up with shit. You know, like I'm kind of content.
Yeah, there's
House
probably
I
like
got.
1 or 2 people living there all by themselves.
Yeah, which is cool. And then you have people that are mowing your lawns and doing all your housework for you. Like, come on, you got to get out there and mow the lawn once in a while. You know.
I would just have the neighbor across the street mow my lawns.
Oh, okay. Well,
I'm in a more middle class.
Where are you? You're in
class.
Shawnee area, probably.
I'm in Overland Park.
Overland Park, okay.
The north part of Overland Park, near downtown Overland Park, if that helps.
That's nice. Cool. We got a house on 83rd and Metcalf. Me and my wife.
Okay, that's not too far from me. Yeah.
So like Mr. Euros is like if I could give you a kind of a spot
right across the street from Mr. Euros.
Yeah.
Drivers.
What did you say?
Drivers Sports Cafe.
I've been there. That's great.
My family eats there all the time.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And they know me.
That little place we went to?
Yeah. It was like, what night? We went there after we went to see Impractical Jokers, you know? We saw, one night we all got together and saw Impractical Jokers at, what's the place?
Starlight Theater?
Starlight. That's an outdoor theater in
Swell Park.
KCK.
Yes, that's it.
Yeah, that's good. That was a good time.
It was hot, but
it was hot. It was a nice,
But they got big fans set up there now where they keep you a little cooler.
Have you ever done any film out there or?
I have done some shooting at Swell Park.
That's cool.
Not at Starlight though.
Not at Starlight,
but in Swell Park.
Have you been to Starlight? I guess.
No, I haven't.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean,
last time I was at Swell
nice.
Park, I was there for a soccer tournament. Yeah, Santa Fe Wanderers. You saw the photo, right?
That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, they play a lot of games not too far from here at the sporting fields.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And that's down by the.
It's not too far from here. It's
the
right
Chiefs Stadium, the sporting fields.
So the Wyandotte Sporting Fields, which I just talked about, is not too far from where we're sitting right now.
Okay. Yeah.
And but Swell Park has soccer fields too. It's on the other side of the.
That's like where they privately
right
play.
across.
That's cool.
That's where that Sporting owns that. So I think that's where they do a lot of their practices and everything. But they rent those fields out. And
hell yeah. What was I gonna say? Did you say that the Royals were gonna move their stadium?
I hope they do. They need.
I think that'd be cool. But that's got a lot of rich history at that stadium, right?
They need to be downtown though. So.
Yeah.
You think both need to be downtown?
The Chiefs can stay where they are.
You don't think there's some benefit to having them next to each other?
I just think for baseball that needs to be downtown. But since you were talking about history, Luke,
There's a
with,
lot of history.
with the Chiefs, we're talking about tailgating and barbecue and everything. You can't there's really no place to do that downtown.
That's a fair statement.
Yeah, but there's a lot of people that tailgate for
figure-
baseball too.
I figure if you could somehow put it on the waterfront, or like
Yeah, the Missouri.
like so. Where the River Market kind of sort of near it, but like
there is
maybe
new
have some
developments
parking.
right there in the Riverfront Park. And
hell yeah.
I like that. Was that San Francisco that has the bay? Like that's the
yeah,
nice.
San Francisco set up like that. Yeah.
Is theirs right
Some
by
of
it?
those deep home runs go right into the water.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That is amazing. And you could probably have a good substantial amount of parking if you figured it out right or built.
Well, another benefit of putting it on the riverfront, since you mentioned that's not where I would have put it. I put it. There's a field at like 13th and Charlotte's that's empty. That's where I would put the ballpark.
Cool.
But yeah.
That sounds interesting though.
But yeah, it would be right on the northern extension of the streetcar if you put it in.
I just think if you did that, like parking A to B, or like to get out.
Mm-hmm.
It would be a lot less hectic because there's the highway right there, and there's a lot of good. It's a good area to do it.
There's also a dog park there.
Is it a dog park?
Yeah.
Is that where they have it's like a bark where you could go and drink?
Yeah, that's the place. Yeah.
Have you taken your dog out there?
I don't have a dog, but I am aware of the place.
You got a cat. You got a cat?
I don't have a cat either.
A fish?
No. No pets.
Nothing.
No, I'm not
Not a
pets.
damn thing.
Nothing.
My last pet was a box turtle.
Oh, that's cool. Box turtles are fucking cool,
Yeah.
man. I'd say. It'd be cool to get a big ass tortoise.
Ornate box turtle.
A Western ornate box
Yeah,
turtle.
It's
Kansas
just a little box turtle.
Just a little box turtle.
I had when I was a teenager.
That's cool.
Died when I was in summer camp staff.
Put them in the shoebox and buried them.
Yeah. I think they did something a little more elaborate than that.
I got you. I'm just joking.
But yeah.
What was the turtle's name? Dude?
Boxley.
Boxley. Wow, there's a lot of thought in that.
I was thinking Shelby.
He was actually given to me with that name by one of my old scoutmasters.
No shit.
Yeah.
That is really cool, man. Boxley.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to think. I had an iguana. Well, it wasn't mine, but it was my sister's. And when I was little, we lost the thing. It got out, and we found it under my covers of my bed. So like if I would have got in there, that thing has a tail of death, And if you get whipped with it, it's crazy. It hurts. Like it's like
Oh man.
Getting hit with the whip, man. It hurts. But I forget that iguana's name. But I really enjoyed it, is what I'm saying. What about you, Dan? Did you have any pets as a kid?
A couple dogs.
Yeah, a couple pups. I like pups.
Yeah, my grandpa had a bird dog that was outside.
Those are the best. They got the floppy ears.
Yeah, she had floppy ears. She was a German short hair. So they cut her. She had her tail cut off, but she had those big old floppy ears.
Really?
Wow.
Which I don't like. I don't see the point of cutting the tail off.
It's like when they cut the boxer's ears, so they like point up all the time.
Oh wow.
Kind of like circumcision.
Oh shit!
They're going to chop off his wee.
That's no good.
Oh yeah.
But that is hilarious.
The day after my son was born, I had to go and witness that procedure done.
Yeah.
It was unpleasant.
I'll bet. Yeah.
About the fighting game. When Mr. Hoover said to cut my dinner down, I never even hesitate, I never frown. I cut my sugar, I cut my coal, but now they just deep in my soul. I've got the blues, I've got the blues, I've got the alcoholic blues. No more beer, my heart don't care. Goodbye, whiskey, you used to make me frisky. So long, highball. coming back again. Blue, I've got the flu since they amputated my boobs. Lordy, Lordy, war is, well, you know, I don't have to tell. Oh, I've got the alcoholic blues, some blues.
That's a bunch of peach pits. Do you remember Dan Bergner? Who worked on IT?
Can't say I remember.
Oh,
But anyway, his family has a bunch of land out south of Kansas City, and he wants to plant a bunch of things.
What was that,
like
McPherson?
fruit or nut-bearing trees to try to feed the deer so they can go hunting.
All
So
right.
he's gonna give them all those to.
It's pretty smart, and you can. I don't know if there's money. There's money in selling trees and growing them.
Oh yeah.
If you have like a big plot of land and enough time.
Well, also planting trees, it turns out is a good thing of cutting down climate change. Yeah, absorb all that carbon that we as a species have been pumping into the atmosphere.
I watched the TED Talk, a guy
talking
about how we should move to, if it's,
Mars.
under 2 stories, to go all wood, no matter what, for that purpose,
Yeah.
Grow the trees, lock that carbon in there, and, build it, and just save it in there forever, basically.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So why would you do that? What do you mean? How do you
Like
say?
any building that's 2 stories or less that we might have built out of concrete or whatever metal or whatever.
For that
brick.
amount,
As
you
much
need
wood
that
as
amount
possible.
with it or near it? What do you mean?
Use wood as your building material. All the wood you possibly can.
Okay. So it's just beneficial. Over time, it just keeps releasing what you need to to give back what we've taken, kind of.
It sucks in like the bad stuff.
Oh,
that's
okay.
growing,
Yeah.
And then you take the adult tree, cut it down, and it saves all that bad stuff locked inside of it.
That's dope.
So if you kept growing new trees and using them, like you could potentially.
That's fun. I didn't know all that. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I distinctly remember one experience from Silpada that I touched on with Tim, but you guys know a little more about it. Yeah. And that, of course, is bow jobs.
Bow job. I don't know if I've ever gotten a job from that gentleman when I was the duration I was there. I mean, maybe I had like 1 or 2, but like I didn't ever like directly talk to the guy.
Yeah.
It was always trickled down through the
Until
other guy.
very late, like right before the building closed, I never really talked to him. Talked to him a lot after, towards the end, but really never had any dealings with him.
Wasn't he a Cowboys fan? I figure you would have loved him.
I don't know if he was.
Huh?
I don't know if we ever.
No.
Yeah.
For some reason, I just picture him in a Cowboys jersey.
No.
No?
No,
More of a Minnesota Viking fan, probably.
I don't know why he was a fan of etching, but kind of stocky gentleman.
Maybe baseball?
Blonde, bald, and
Maybe MLB.
everything.
Yeah.
Who knows? I know he loved his dog. I think he had like an Akita.
And his
or
lady,
Chow.
his
I
lady
can't remember
worked
what it
there.
was.
His lady worked there too. That's great. I forget that
It
guy.
must have been a Chow, but it was a real vicious dog, and he liked it.
Dude,
for
Chows are
protection.
badass, man.
It was apparently a very dangerous.
I was gonna say, like my childhood growing up, I had 2 labs. I had a yellow lab and a chocolate lab, and then now I got a husky. He's 2 years old, so pretty solid dog. I'm not gonna lie. But honestly, like my love for dogs as a kid doesn't like really resonate now because sometimes I just just like he could be a pain in the ass sometimes. Is what I'm saying. He could be a pain in the ass sometimes.
Yeah, that week we watched your dog.
Yeah.
It made me not necessarily want a dog.
Yeah.
Just knowing how much responsibility and a lot of things you can't do because you have to plan for the dog.
Oh, fuck yeah. And we also got 2 cats, but I'd say like if I wanted to choose one over the other, I think it'd be the dog, just for the simple fact that he always is like wanting my attention. The cats could give a fuck about me,
Yeah.
They're
But
just
they
like,
are
I
basically
need my
zero
goddamn
maintenance.
food.
There's very little maintenance on them. Like they could just.
Yeah.
If you could set up a system that fed them and watered them, like they don't even need you. You could just.
That's very true. That's very true. But they're in our basement right now. That's where they live. But it's a pain in the neck, man. They get to be too old, and just I don't know, not sprightly like a small little cat.
Right.
So.
Cuckoo.
Oh my! I only said one guy. I had another dog too. Little,
another dog?
Bichon Frise.
A
Little
Bichon?
poodle.
Why? Is that French, you know?
Yeah, I would assume.
Bichon.
Sounds French.
My grandmother wanted it because they don't shed. They have curly hair and they don't shed. But that dog was already like a few years old, and it was.
I think I would need like a super extra large dog or a super small dog. I don't really want it in between.
That's what I want in between if I ever
You
get
want it
one.
in between?
Like no bigger than a boxer.
You got like a weenie dog or something.
I feel bad for those things.
I've always kind of liked little weenie dogs.
Those little short legs and that long body. Makes me think of myself.
But I really like the Bud Light dog, Spud McKenzie. Have you ever seen
Spuds McKenzie.
that?
Oh boy,
That's a badass looking dog.
That's also a very old. That's also a very old
What kind of dog
reference.
is that? Do you know?
It's
I think it was a pit bull.
It's a bull terrier.
Oh,
It's a bull terrier. Because it has that long like snout.
Okay.
Which is very cool. I'm not gonna lie. It's a very cool mascot for a brand.
Yeah, again, very old school reference.
Yeah.
I think, he was in the 80s, late,
Oh, yeah.
early 90s.
Heck yeah.
We were just babies.
All that shit just like sticks to my brain. I remember that shit. Useless knowledge for 800, Alex. Shit.
Trucker.
Who was that? That was Will Ferrell? Or no?
Eight tits.
Will Ferrell played Alex Trebek in that sketch.
That's right. Wow. That's amazing. Mm-hmm. I like that and fucking Wheel of Fortune. You ever watch a little Wheel of Fortune?
Long time ago.
Wheel of Fortune.
Scout memories coming to mind. Wheel of torture or death.
Hey, I watch wrestling a lot, and in one of the pay-per-views, they had a whole the pay-per-view was based around it, where they spun a wheel to see what the next match would be. It kind of reminded me of Wheel of Fortune. It was cracking me up. So
cool.
Do you think it was rigged?
Oh, definitely. But it's the comical, of not knowing what's going to happen, but they know what's going to happen. It's hilarious.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that wheel of torture. Yeah, there was always a possibility. To land on being thrown in the pool. That was a common punishment for camp staff when I was there.
That was at where you used
Bartle in beautiful Osceola, Missouri.
Osceola. They have lovely cheese out here. And lots of Amish people.
Yeah. So, they would, drag you to the pool from the mess hall all the way to the pool.
Yeah.
And then take you to the deep end, and then overhead.
Yeah.
All right, we're talking about 4 or 6 guys. So 1,
A throw you in?
2.
Oh, like a conveyor.
3.
I always wanted to do one of those blobs where you like have that's like a soft pillow,
like an
you jump like a heavy dude jumps on the other side.
Or heavyweights.
I can imagine that it could hurt significantly if you didn't try to maneuver your body in correct positioning for landing.
I would assume back then though you didn't have to worry about cell phones. Like you
No.
worry about ruining your.
We're talking the mid 90s here, so cell phones
Ski,
weren't quite a thing.
did you have a pager on you at the time?
No.
Motorola?
Nowadays you get thrown.
I
in
bought
the
my
pool,
first
that's a lot
cell
of
phone
fun.
since you mentioned that. 2000 was when I bought my first cell phone.
Oh.
I still have that number to this day.
Cool. Was it a flip?
It was nuts.
Okay.
My current phone is a flip.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. So can you do a lot of navigating the web on that phone, or not at all?
Not really.
That must be a pretty cheap price point to use.
Mm-hmm.
That's really good.
Yeah.
That's commendable. Like, cause if you have like, say an iPad or something like that, you can.
Yeah. iPad, you just need the Wi-Fi.
Sure. Yeah.
Work. Yeah.
And you can get that free at a lot of places.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. Does a public library give free Wi-Fi?
Yes, it is. Yes, it does.
That's dope.
I hang out at public libraries all the time. So.
Hell yeah. I like checking out the public library just for the simple fact that books are like, obviously history. Mm-hmm. And it's just, something about the image and like the feel of books and like the smell, even the smell. Mm-hmm. Like I kind of like it. It's nostalgic, I guess you'd say.
Mm-hmm. Those are good places to hang out if you're not looking to eat, but just looking to hang out or something.
Do they sell coffee at some of the bookstores you go to?
Some do.
Okay.
Some do.
See, like the Barnes and Noble, the staple at the mall.
Yeah,
like,
that's
I mean,
Starbucks
sometimes I'll get like a coffee and just like to look at the magazines, you know, because they have every kind of, you know, car, driver, you know, woodworking, whatever you're into, really. Playboys, maybe.
I don't think Barnes and Noble has Playboys. I'm not going on a limb and say
that's 7-Eleven, Jack.
You know what? They might now, because isn't Playboy now non-nudity? Like, didn't they move to? They're more highbrow now. They don't have nudity.
Of course, you read for the articles. But what I fancied is I like collecting the covers, and every cover there's a small hidden version of the Playboy Bunny logo. It's on every cover. So, like, for example, it could be like on the Playgirl's bikini. Like, you'd have to spot it, so it almost became like a game if you were collecting. That's what I thought was kind of cool about Playboy. I never got any of the other ones. There was like Hustler and
Penthouse.
Oh, Penthouse. That's a dirty one. Penthouse is a dirty. I'm trying to think.
Those are the kind you find out in the woods.
Oh, yeah. It's the kind you don't want to find out in the woods.
Hey, when you're young, you take what you can get.
Oh, my goodness. All the way to VHS, you know. You know.
Record some of those Red Shoe Diaries yourself.
Yeah, Skinamax. or what is it, the rabbit ears? You know, you'd have to, like, take the freaking coat hanger that you put in the back of the TV.
We're really going old school with
like a scrambled version of
VHS even.
One time I got a UFC fight on the scrambled vision. Yeah, it was like one of the very first UFC fights.
You just like
where you could still wear shoes. You still wear shoes when you're doing combat.
You just manipulate it and got like a slight. Was it a good picture or was it?
Since you mentioned combat, I do remember another Silpada memory coming to mind. Jason, remember him? Kind of goth guy, bald.
Last name?
Harold.
Nope.
Yeah, he would have been in fulfillment mostly. He was also
Jason Chow.
Anyway, Jason for a brief time did a MMA squad, and I trained a little bit with them.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
What was his name one more time?
Jason Harold.
How long did you train?
A couple of times.
That's cool.
Did you feel like you learned something to defend yourself?
Did it make you feel more confident when you walked in a room?
I wasn't training to fight, if that's what you're asking.
No, I'm just saying, like, the overall, hey, I know how to defend myself.
I had taken karate, in high school and college.
So you were just doing conditioning with them?
Yeah.
So you weren't actually
rolling
around with them or anything?
Yeah, Kempo karate and
that's really cool.
Bushidokan.
So you have like a gi, what was it called, a gi?
Yeah.
And you have like the belts and such. What belt did you get to?
I came very close to purple, and we had a slight blackout. We came very close to purple. I came very close to purple.
Purple belt, and then within the belt, doesn't it have like mini stripes or no?
Depends on non-kempo.
Okay, that's cool. Like, I commend you for that. That's really sweet.
Oh yeah.
Do you ever practice any the forms?
Like, do you have a bag at the house, like a hanging bag or something?
Well, it's funny you mention that because about a year ago, one of the things we do at the chess club is a super camp.
Yeah.
And it's not just chess that we teach at these super camps. We'll do like arts or museum tours or language. But one time last year, Ken asked me to come in. My boss currently.
Yeah.
Asked me to come in and do a martial arts demonstration.
That's fun.
All right. And I'll demonstrate. This is the most basic of kata. Now, you folks can't see this at home, but
but you wish you
better watch that.
All right. So
I'm gonna get kicked in the face. I better watch
I got my horse stance, like so.
Yeah.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
Good job. Right. That's done.
Very simple.
Yeah, and that's kind of like if you're getting like attacking and defending. Or
Yep,
just-
it's exactly it. You're just it's just a series of blocks. Yeah.
Wax on, wax off.
Bruce Lee, little Bruce Leroy on the
Yep.
ass. That's great, man.
That makes me wonder.
Now you know Bruce Lee made his own fighting style, right?
I know, I did.
Yeah.
Well, like he borrowed from others to make his own system.
I still say like I like Bruce Lee, but fuck Bruce Lee. I'll say it.
Very controversial.
Jackie Chan is the man. Come on. From Rumble in the Bronx
As far as
to
action star, but I don't know about martial artists.
No, he's martial artists.
Jackie Chan didn't come up with his own style.
I know that, but I think he's I don't know something about him. I like him more.
Do you? What would you say is like your
And
favorite?
then he's
martial
alive.
arts movie?
Martial arts movie?
Yeah, Ski. What do you think your favorite martial arts?
My favorite martial art movie.
Yeah, because I know there's some that are ridiculous that aren't.
How
real,
ridiculous?
but I
How
still love
ridiculous
it.
are you talking about?
That is a great.
I got a one-shot answer for you.
I know what your answer is.
What is it?
Yours is Big Trouble in Little Chinatown.
Yeah,
That's
Jack Burton here.
There's a lot of.
I'd really say Bloodsport is my number one.
Yes.
Just for the whole concept of the storyline, I like it. Even though it's a bit cheesy, I still like a little cheese.
Now this is
to the 80s.
this will unfortunately
genre.
not be on my top 10 movies list,
Yeah.
which I will be doing for this season. But
as a podcast.
Yeah.
Cool.
But probably Delta Force. Ever heard that one? Chuck Norris.
Oh no, I don't know if I've ever seen it.
What year would you say that would be? Or can you recall?
It'd been late 70s, early 80s, around there.
Wow, interesting. Interesting. I need to check it out.
Yeah.
Delta Force.
Delta Force. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm also a fan of Jean-Claude. So
I like Jean
Bloodsport
Claude.
Street
might
Fighter.
be my answer, but I'm gonna go with Best of the Best. I don't know if you've ever seen that one.
Oh yeah.
Like a
You're
karate
like-
tournament
yeah.
between Korea and USA.
You're like the cowboy in that
Oh
one.
yeah.
Now, since you mentioned Mr. Van Damme,
You gotta love Van
Street
Damme.
Fighter comes to mind.
Street Fighter's got it.
Universal Soldier.
That's a good one.
Excellent.
I like
Kickboxer?
Cyborg.
Oh yes.
That's a good
We
one.
could probably go for a while naming.
Oh, just random movies.
Yeah.
And what's the other one he did?
It's like Hard Target or Double
Hard Target was
Trouble?
good.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Double Team.
Double Impact.
Double Impact. That's the twins, right?
Yeah, that was a good
With
one.
my big legs in karate, I can do the splits.
No problem. That is
Yeah.
great. Are you a fan of Arnold Schwarzenegger?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah?
We actually had one of my guests on this podcast so far is Matt Arnold.
Really? What did he have to say about him?
Say he's a pretty cool dude. And,
Cool.
yeah, did you see you got drop kicks?
I bet. So with like, what
Now, someone posted a YouTube video recently, and some guy did a flying kick on
Oh yeah,
Arnold
he didn't
recently.
even
Didn't even know.
Didn't even penetrate him.
Yeah.
He's like, what the fuck?
Like,
Who is
just
this?
stunned him a little bit, yeah.
That's
Get this
great.
guy out of here.
But to think, he's probably like in his 70s, right?
Yeah, 71. I
And
was
just
told.
like that's
Still
that's a
brick shit
that's a
house.
savage, man. Which is great.
I'm sure one time he could put a beating on somebody if he had to.
Oh my god, yeah. He probably got bodyguards. Him,
Oh yeah,
him and
if
Stallone.
you watch the end of that video, his bodyguards were beating the shit out of that guy, as he deserves.
Prohibition, that's the name. Prohibition drives me insane. I'm so thirsty, soon I'll die. I simply grind, evaporate, I just that dry. I wouldn't mind to live forever in a train. If my thirst had only let me quench, and not with fever or ginger ale. I want real stuff by the pail. I've got the blues, I've got the blues, I've got the alcoholic blues. No more beer, my heart will cheer. Goodbye, whiskey, you used to make me frisky. So long, highball, so long, gin. Oh, tell me when you're coming back again.
We talked about this briefly before we recorded. What are you doing now?
I work at Nebraska Furniture Mart, driving a forklift mostly, working overnights.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and I
we both do Amazon Flex.
Oh yeah.
Like in our own cars, delivering Amazon packages.
Oh, cool.
Just whenever we decide to do it.
So honestly, you could drive all over the, Kansas and Missouri area, which is really cool because you just get to see like all the water towers. Not even the water towers, but the people and just the different types of individuals that live in different areas. Which is kind of interesting. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, because what would you say about 50, 60 miles square around, anywhere around?
Like a radius you could go?
Because the warehouse is in Edwardsville or Shawnee is what?
There's a warehouse in Bonner Springs.
Yeah, it's around Bonner Springs.
It's in Bonner Springs. And then there's a warehouse
Topeka, all
right by the Royals Stadium.
Okay.
So you'll go pick up from there, and then from with any of those two hubs, you can travel out to a certain radius, kind of like a mailman or a UPS driver or a FedEx driver, etc., etc.
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I do similar work just for the chess club though. So.
You really? You said that you call it a chess club?
Yeah.
Cool, like
Kansas
chess, like chess.
Yes.
Cool.
Do you have a car? Or you have a car?
Yeah.
But you could still sign up if that was something you might be interested in.
I've been thinking. I thought about doing Uber, but I think the car's now too old to qualify for.
I don't think you'll have that problem with Amazon.
Oh no. Yeah. The car wouldn't be too old for Uber.
And there's a warehouse up there by.
You could do a DoorDash. You go pick up people's food for them and take them their food.
I heard heard good things about them. So.
Yeah, it's pretty
and
cool.
Luke, you still do drawings and stuff, right?
Hell yeah, I love to draw. Sometimes I get not as inspired as I could be, but like I find when I draw, like it's just. Are you going somewhere? You give me another beer?
Yeah.
Thank you, man.
You talk about your drawing.
But yeah, man. So like, I don't know. Sometimes it's hard to get inspired at times, but I feel like when I draw, I don't know. I just get visually stimulated and artistically stimulated, and just things I see on TV, music, pop culture, all that shit inspires me, man. So, what about you? You're still filming, right?
Oh yeah.
That's great.
Still doing filming and
next
podcasting.
time we come on your podcast, we should film it and record it and put that shit on YouTube. I think that'd be great.
Well, this shit will be on YouTube actually. So,
oh, really?
Yeah,
cool.
That's why I took that photo of us.
Okay.
That's going to be our YouTube photo.
Okay.
Yeah. So the podcast will be playing, and then on the screen where most of the emotion, it'll just be the still, and I do that for every episode. So
that's great.
Yeah. Now I seem to recall a drawing you did.
I drew ski.
Yeah.
I drew Mike Chernetsky. It was. I don't know if you still have it, but
I still have it.
Cool, man.
So the drawing it's a caricature of me dressed like as an NFL coach. You didn't know at the time that I had they dubbed me.
Is that when the St. Louis Rams were transitioning to the LA Rams?
Yeah.
Is that why you got dumped by them?
Yeah. I identify stronger.
So you're telling me if the
I
St. Louis
identify more
Rams...
strongly with St. Louis than I ever will with Los Angeles. So.
Oh yeah.
And also, and I've already addressed this on the podcast a number of times.
Yeah.
That team was lied out of St. Louis. All right.
Yeah.
What would be your resolution? Like them have to pay some kind of fine?
Well, that's for the courts to decide right now.
Because surely you can't move everyone back.
No, that's how it goes. No. So you probably know that St. Louis sued the NFL over that move, and
lose a lot of money. The state does as a whole.
It's the city. It's St. Louis City, St. Louis County, and the Regional Sports Authority, which is a state entity, by the way.
Yeah, you got
and
20 less millionaires living in your town all of a sudden.
So far, all things regarding that suits have gone in the way of St. Louis. All right, the trial courts said there's a case here. There's a case here. You're saying they violated their own relocation policy, and there's a case here. It's an enforceable contract. And the team is trying to get it pushed. Has been trying to get it pushed into an arbitration process, which means no one's called public to account. Each step of the way, the courts have said. Then they kept appealing this up to the U.S. Supreme Court.
Whoa.
they said, no, there's merits to this case, and there's nothing in the supporting lawsuits that said this has to go to arbitration.
Yeah.
So, see you in court.
Yeah. Okay. So what could potentially happen? They have to go back to St. Louis?
No, I think what will
Kinda
happen
like you
is
have a
a
child?
major,
Settlement?
no, not settlements.
Reimbursement?
Yeah,
What's the right word? That's not the right word for it.
Then the question
a
is,
major reward for the
what
for
does
the
the city do with that money? Then that's the question.
well, pay off the dome, pay back the task force that came up with a very spectacular plan, which is more than what they can say in San Diego or Oakland, and Oakland soon too.
All right. So who do you support now? I remember you said something.
Cardinals.
I can't remember. Cardinals.
Arizona?
They're not
Arizona.
bad.
Really?
Their new quarterback.
Didn't Trent Warren play for them?
Kurt Warner did play for.
Excuse me, Trent Warren. Why did I got them two? They both got flat top buzzes, no? No?
Trent Green did not have a.
I said
Trent Green didn't have that sort of haircut. So.
Never mind, excuse me. I mixed two players with two different names up completely.
That's all right. But hey, if it wasn't for Trent Green going down, no one would have ever heard of Kurt Warner. So, yeah.
Didn't Kurt Warner play for St. Louis?
He did.
Okay.
They
He
won.
the Super Bowl?
They won the Super Bowl with Kurt Warner at quarterback,
Excellent, man. Excellent.
and then he got the Cardinals to a Super Bowl.
That's what's up.
And didn't he come out of like a
Doug
what did he
Flutie?
come out of?
Canadian League?
Yeah, like
Arena League.
Arena
Oh,
League.
cool.
And even before that, he was stocking shelves at Hy-Vee in Cedar Rapids,
So
Iowa.
he was like Joe Flacco, or not Falco.
Doug
like
Flutie?
the replacements where
You said Doug
comes out of nowhere, and all of a sudden you're like, wow.
Doesn't Doug have a brother?
Doug Flutie. Oh boy.
He's got a brother.
We are
doesn't
going back quite a ways. Doug Flutie.
Flutie's got a brother, I think.
Yeah.
Sounds like Doug Flutie.
It's like Frank
Yeah.
Flutie.
He would go for the.
Yeah, he and his brother were in a band together. So
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
So your team's Arizona now. Mine's Cowboys. Luke,
Yeah.
I would assume Chiefs.
I like the Chiefs, but my family's from Illinois, so I gotta rep.
Yeah, your Bears.
I gotta rep the Chicago.
Go Bears.
And hell, they got old boy. He's from Missouri. The quarterback. He used to play for the Chiefs.
You talking about Chase Daniels?
Yeah, he's their quarterback.
Where's he playing now? Is
He's the
he
quarterback.
with Chicago now?
Yeah.
Is Trubisky hurt?
Man, I couldn't
Are
tell
they
you. I
benching?
couldn't tell you all that
He was
side
pretty
information.
awful. I don't know.
But NFL is pretty nice.
Yeah.
I like some of the characters that
How
come out
about
of there.
little Patrick Mahomes dislocating
Little
his
Mahomes.
knee?
That's going to hurt me in fantasy.
It's gonna hurt everyone, fans.
Yeah. Well, I have Mahomes in our league, so
Who's the backup?
yeah.
What
I
is
know.
that guy's name?
Nobody.
Oh, Matt Moore, is that his name?
Where's he from? Out of college? Do you know?
I don't know. He's a veteran.
I wish I knew.
Luke got he didn't dislocate his knee, but he dislocated his ankle one time.
Yeah, I was playing indoor soccer, and I went to do a Maradona, which is like kind of like you step over and you pull back and like
You don't handball the thing into the goal, do you?
spin 'em, you sashay them. You kind of
You sashayed away?
yeah. And so basically, like the ball popped out from underneath me, and all my weight from my foot landed on my ankle, and it just kind of dislocated.
Yeah.
It was
Diego Maradona, he's a character, man.
It was pretty. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
He is. I like.
And I'm not just talking about the whole hand of God thing that I referenced earlier. No, this
He's a
dude is interesting.
A cocaine loving son of a bitch.
If Argentina wins, I will run naked through the streets of Buenos Aires, and no one wants to see that.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Have you ever been out of the country?
No, I'm sorry.
No.
And
Me neither.
I've been to Mexico.
You been to Mexico?
I've been
Mexico?
To Tijuana.
Oh, what were we doing in Tijuana?
It's probably something
Some
illegal.
sketchy shit. I'm
No,
sure.
I'm just kidding. I went on vacation. On vacation.
And your parents took you to Tijuana?
Yeah. So
right across the border from a city known for
I did misplace
losing
I did
football
misplace-
teams and jacking it.
I did misplace my wallet, so there might be.
No, someone stole it. You
That-
lucky
so
you
is
didn't
it
get
probably-
stabbed.
Hey, it's alright. We're alright. But there's probably another version running out there with my social security number out there.
Oh man.
That was just teasing. So you said you watched the Santa Fe. What
Santa Fe Wanderers is the name of the team.
So what is that mascot?
They don't really have a mascot. It's more of an amateur team.
Okay.
But I'd say a
cool.
plurality of the team is Hispanic, including the player owner.
Right on. My brother, he played for the Kansas City Brass. I don't know if you remember that.
The name sounds familiar, but
Yeah.
I don't think they play anymore. But
They
they
don't
play.
play anymore.
They're playing this year in the KCK soccer league.
Cool.
Which a lot of their games are being played.
What's the age range in that?
They're adults.
League?
They're adults.
So 21 and over.
Yeah.
So you could be like 50 or 60 and still playing that.
I could, but
that'd be. I mean, I'm just curious to gauge on how like a oldest of a person you watch play.
So could you have been like an old professional and you're like, I still want to play? So
Yeah, my brother.
I think if you still have the skills, I think you could. It's a very interesting league to watch. Yeah.
My brother played indoor, and he played against. So like it's like the coaches of like Legends. I don't know if you remember that soccer team, the club team, the Legends, Udinese, and/or I'm trying to think of like. But anyways, I'm getting off track. But anyways, he played against like some MLS players, which I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's
like
cool.
when they weren't actually playing in the league.
Right.
So it's pretty interesting.
Mm-hmm.
They must make a pretty good living.
Mm-hmm.
Are you still a big fan of sporting in Kansas City?
Well, hashtag Pro Rougher USA.
Yeah.
That's probably the only way you'll get me to a sporting game anymore.
Are you a referee?
No.
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 Those people, hey, referees make good money. Like at least $20, $20 some odd dollars an hour, and that's for like a game.
Wow.
But you couldn't do it full time.
Well,
you have to be in pretty good shape to be a ref.
Yeah, I would no doubt. Or you're missing a lot of calls.
Yeah.
Like, I'll get you later. I'll get you when you come back.
But the KCK league, not just Wanderers. There's some really interesting.
Cool.
United KC. They field 2 teams in that.
Cool. I like
really cool guys. Barrieros is a team I've seen.
That's cool.
Wanderers play often.
Hispanic players are good. They're dirty though. They're dirty.
Yeah.
It gets dirty when you go 1-on-1. They'll
Is it
put
dirty or do they just play hard and competitive?
No, it's
the last 2 Wanderers games actually.
It's all stabby if I need to.
So the last 2 Wanderers games I went to, both times they're playing Barrieros. One was a semifinal.
Cool.
Which in regular time ended 2-2.
Yeah. Yeah,
I went to penalty kicks. It was 8 straight penalty kicks for both teams, and then the lights went out.
Oh.
So it's a draw.
No, I left shortly after that because it was pretty late, and
it's like a crescendo, man. It's like
I get home and find out Barriados won penalty kicks. And
is that the team you wanted to win?
No,
I didn't hear who you said they're playing. The
Wanderers playing Barrieros.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So when the lights came back on, the Wanderers guys were on the ground. That's how it was.
Yeah.
Cut scene.
Yeah, done. But they played just this past weekend, the 2 teams, and Wanderers won 8-0.
Oh wow, man! So sometimes it seems like it's pretty like head to head, and sometimes it seems like it's like a shutout.
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah. Wanderers are a great team to follow, man.
Cool. So next time when you get on here, can we get recorded too? We'll do put some. I got a GoPro if you need, but
oh, you mean video, right?
Mm-hmm. And audio. Why not?
Yeah. So we can see Mike do some katas.
Oh yeah, katas.
You got to do a different next time.
What was the scale? You went 1 to 20.
I'm sorry.
So, like, what is a repetition? When you do that, every time is a repetition?
Like that was
you did that, like, one repetition. You got to go
1, 2, 3, 4. Ultimately 16, yeah.
Okay, 16, cool.
And that's the most basic kata that they taught.
You get sweaty as hell.
If we get on video, you need to go with kicks. I want to see that.
I'd say I'd try some
But
katas.
stretch first. We're getting old.
Yeah, we are.
Right, come on. What am I, 33? Gotta think sometimes. That's not that old though, eh?
No.
I'm 41, dude.
Are you 41?
Yeah.
That's cool.
But do you think you feel any different from when you were 33 to now?
Your mind.
Yeah, my mind and
Think so?
and my body.
Okay. Yeah.
Because there's some days I feel like, oh, high school was just yesterday.
Oh yeah.
But then there's mornings I get up and I'm like, oh, what happened to me?
It's my back, my neck, and my back.
Funny you're talking about high school because about a month ago.
You went to Shawnee Mission?
West.
Cool.
Yeah. About a month ago, there was a cancer walk for lung cancer.
Yeah.
And I participated in it.
Cool.
And it was that team was organized by my old high school football coach.
Great.
Yeah.
What team? Just the team that went participated in the walk?
Yeah, just the team that
okay.
participated.
Cool.
After we were done, Coach told me, "Hey, we need to get some more Vikings out here." Because I think
Did you know that gentleman or at all, or did he go?
He was my football coach. Yeah.
Oh, cool. What position you play for?
Wide receiver, defensive back.
Damn, did you catch any balls in wide receiver?
I wish. Since you mentioned video, there's an unfortunate clip of video. There's an unfortunate clip of video of me
That's
as
like on
a high school senior. All right.
You missed it?
I missed it. It was in the end zone.
Did they say, "Hey, Ski, we're gonna throw to you. Get ready"?
They did. They did. I still didn't. I was slightly overthrown.
He said, "All right, let's go."
Yeah. But you got your hands on it?
I didn't even touch the ball.
Okay. Well, you can't be faulted for that. If it hit your hands and you dropped it, then you didn't touch it.
Did you have gloves on?
No, I did not.
No, that was back when
I didn't play with gloves.
Back when they didn't have those.
Some of the players did have gloves.
Did you tape your hands?
I didn't tape my hands either.
Cool.
Yeah, but those
just
gloves
curious.
back then probably weren't like they are now. Where
We're just talking in the late '90s.
They're so tacky now that it'll if you run across your arm, it'll rip your hair out. It's so sticky now.
Now,
it's not
stick
even
'em.
fair. Yeah,
Stick 'em.
If those NFL guys couldn't wear gloves, you wouldn't see all these fancy catches. I guarantee you.
They should just make it like in MMA where you can't wear shoes. You can't wear gloves.
It'd be interesting.
Something.
But they don't want that. It's all about scoring. So if anything they can do to
if I want to pay X amount of dollars for this player, he better make my.
If they took away
make
gloves,
my nut
instantly there'd be a lot of teams that wouldn't score above 10 because you just couldn't make all those plays anymore.
Right. Yeah.
Maybe I'm sure people like Tom Brady could still put it in there and right in the middle so they can catch it, but those one hand catches stretched out, you're not making that catch without those gloves.
Yeah.
I want to get some.
We were always taught two-handed.
Yeah.
We were always taught two-handed. So.
But
But that was cool being able to participate in Cancer Walk with my old football coach.
That's great.
And it's coming off the heels too of my film mentor dying of lung cancer.
Oh no shit.
Yeah.
So did he smoke cigarettes?
Yes, he did.
Like a chimney? Like how many?
Pretty much, yeah.
Like how many would he smoke? Did he ever tell you I go through this a pack?
He did smoke very heavily when we shot film. Yeah. So. But,
I feel like you could get lost in doing that, especially when you're editing, you're concentrating on the task for X amount of hours.
Right.
You could just sit there and just get out of hand.
And Dave was a fantastic editor too. So
cool.
Yeah. I say he's one of my three mentors.
Cool.
Really, the others being my instructor when I went back to school after I got fired. Went back to school
for karate. Sorry, I'm serious.
Went back. So after I got fired from Silpada, I went back to school for a little bit, studied some video. I'd say my video instructor was a big influence, as well as my time at KCPT because I did an internship there. And
whoa! So you work for what is
public television?
The free.
Public television ain't nothing like it.
I know, but I show my kid. I choose to show my kids public television because
awesome.
I come from that and I enjoy that.
It's valuable for kids to learn.
Yeah.
And the fact that it could go away one day is sad, but it's overall cool. It's cool just to.
That's why they do the.
I got on a Roku. We watch it every day,
That is fun, actually. The fundraising drives.
Fundraising drives.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. They do those live.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So you're on live television, Ski?
Well, I was behind the camera for live television.
Okay, cool.
But
have you ever been on live TV?
So I used to go to the sporting Kansas City Wizard games, and they would film it. So,
yeah, that's.
I mean, I guess maybe that would be live.
Yeah, that would. Yeah,
considerably.
Yeah, sports events would be live.
Yeah, I've been on that. But
the majority of television programs are not necessarily. Well, the evening news that's live.
Sure.
All right. I got to see that too when I went back to school, and
I got a gal.
We actually Joel Nichols was my professor one semester.
Really?
Yeah.
Joel Nichols. That sounds real familiar.
He was the weatherman for a long time at Channel 9.
Nice.
And he was still working at Channel 9 at this point.
I like Brian Busby.
Mm-hmm. So anyway, Joel had us come in one morning for the morning news to see how that was done. Over at Channel 8, they don't really have cameramen anymore. All those cameras are robotic.
Huh. Whoa.
Yeah.
So they just
they're controlled in the control room.
That's dope.
Yeah. And that's something I had I gained a little bit of experience in at JUCO doing students video, because one of the things they had us do was the monthly Board of Trustee meetings.
What'd you call it?
Board of Trustees meetings.
Okay.
The people that actually run the school.
Cool.
Who are elected.
Cavaliers.
Yeah, the Cavaliers, yeah.
I like JUCO. JUCO's a nice place to go to school.
Yeah.
Yeah, I often wish I would have gone to JUCO first.
Yeah.
It's affordable, and I mean...
Yeah.
Gives you a chance to figure out what you want to do.
And there's,
without getting $20,000 in debt.
Yeah.
Pretty good camaraderie, when you go there.
Oh, yeah.
It's good camaraderie.
Oh, yeah.
And it's got Chick-fil-A.
The good old Jesus chicken.
Jesus chicken. You don't like Chick-fil-A?
It's good.
What's the matter with you?
That's funny that you mentioned that, because I remember, when we were at Silpada, for lunch, that's about the furthest I could drive and then come back within the 30 minutes they allotted for lunch was to the Chick-fil-A there.
Yeah.
And here we are about, that was 10 years ago.
10 years later.
10 years later, all the restaurant options just in that small part of town.
Yeah, there was
the
a lot.
Wahlburgers, for example.
Did you go there?
I've been to the Wahlburgers.
I haven't been there.
They are good
Hey,
burgers.
he produces a lot of TV, by the way, right? Doesn't he produce a lot?
They did a whole TV show based on
the Wahlburgers.
That business, yeah. So
the Wahl brothers.
the Wahlberg brothers, yeah.
I say like burgers because never mind.
And each brother has their own signature burger, by the way.
It's dope.
Yeah.
So what burger did you eat when you went there?
I have tried all three of the signature burgers.
Which brother is the best?
Oh my!
I prefer the Chef Paul burger.
Okay.
What's it got? Barbecue.
That's the most basic of the burgers.
It's like a Juicy Lucy.
Yeah, with the government cheese and the lettuce tomato and the wall sauce. The wall sauce is excellent.
Does it got lettuce?
The one you're thinking about with the barbecue bacon, that's the Donnie burger.
Okay.
And I had to order that special because that's avocado.
So what's the Marky Mark burger?
The Marky Mark burger is a Thanksgiving burger.
It's got stuffing on it?
It's got stuffing on it and turkey. And
God damn.
It's actually pretty good.
Does it come with cranberries?
There's cranberry sauce on it, yeah.
Oh, wow. Travesty.
Yeah.
Wow, I don't know about that.
It's pretty good, actually. So
I'm kind of
the downside is that they're not cheap. So.
Yeah, it's probably like $15 or like $12 for a burger.
Yeah, expect to pay about 20 if you're eating solo.
Dang.
Yeah.
Yeah, I might eat there once.
And not get a side drink, a side.
That's with the sides, man.
Yeah, no. But did you get a drink, like a soft drink?
Yeah, you could get drinks.
The soft drink's like $1 or $2 if you think about it. That's like a lot for nothing.
You get a soft drink. They serve beer there.
Cool. You drink a Bud Light when you go there?
No, I haven't drank a Bud Light there.
I don't really like eating with beer.
Okay.
They do. They're called fraps. They're really milkshakes.
Cool.
That's
with a slight coffee flavor, like
frappuccino or no?
No, it's.
I like a strawberry milkshake.
No, what we call milkshake, they call it frap in Boston. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
And the tater tots. And
tater tots are fire.
Yeah, they do.
I like
those are really good tater tots.
Seasoned fries are good. Steak fries are pretty solid. But there's nothing like.
And just this last weekend, I was down.
Like a spicy mayo or something.
Right. So yeah, just this weekend, I was in the general area again. This time at the Texas Roadhouse.
You went to Texas Roadhouse?
Oh yeah.
What'd you get?
Had
you get a steak?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, it's a sirloin.
Nice steak and potato, like a doctor.
Yeah. So it's a sirloin with some with some onions
Cheers, buddy.
smothering it.
Cheers. Yeah. A little cheers skis.
Yeah.
Just let me know if you
With
want
the side of a baked potato and some broccoli, and
Nice.
came with some.
You got them broccoli farts afterwards. I get it.
I love broccoli.
Broccoli is good.
Yeah. I even introduced my niece to broccoli.
She liked
it.
How old's your niece?
She is 7 now.
Beautiful, man. That's beautiful.
7 and in Cub Scouts.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, because they're in Girls and Boy Scouts.
All right, have you been eating the Cub Scout? Okay.
Is your niece? Did they go to the church? The part of the church?
They live in Oklahoma.
Oh, okay, Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Right. Beautiful, man. Dang. So you get to see her pretty often, I guess.
Whenever they get a chance to come up here. Yeah.
Okay. You don't venture out to the Sooner
the Sooner State,
or however you say it. How do they say it in college?
The Sooner States, yeah.
Yeah, the Sooner State.
It's been a while since I've been down there.
Cool, man.
I'm sure Oklahoma State has something to say about that.
Damn it. I mean, I like to go down there.
Yeah, Oklahoma State. I'm a man. I'm 40. Bad coach. But the Texas Roadhouse, they also do complimentary rolls, which are sweet, and they have a sweet cinnamon butter.
Oh,
yeah.
That's legit for the kids.
That is good.
That is pretty nice.
You could eat a whole basket of those by yourself.
Oh, yeah. I did a basket and a half by myself before the steak even arrived.
You're just like, keep them coming.
Do you crack the peanuts?
I didn't touch the peanuts.
Yeah, we ate some. Last time I was there, we ate a bunch of peanuts. It took a while to get us our food because there was a big. We were a big 20-person party. So.
I feel like if I eat too many of the biscuits, I'll get too full, and I don't want to eat my main course. So that's why I try to just eat the peanuts if I can. But like you said, the butter is phenomenal.
I usually get a chicken fried steak.
Chicken fried steak.
Chicken fried steak. All right, awesome.
I like
although lately I will confess to this, I've been taking a lot to cooking steaks at home.
Yes.
Oh, good for you, man.
Yeah. $5 cheap meat at the Hy-Vee.
Oh, really?
Yes, perfect. You
on
get
95th
a
Street.
$5
ribeye. $5 New York strip. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
What's your carbohydrate? What do you use? So, do you get a baked potato as a carbohydrate, or a sweet potato is fabulous.
I'm not really a fan of sweet potatoes.
They're good.
But baked potatoes, those are awesome.
Oh,
Twice baked potatoes, which they also sell as $5 sometimes. Yeah. Those are awesome too. Yeah.
How are you cooking these steaks? I just started
microwave.
What? That seems like
blasphemy,
a travesty.
Bro. That's a blasphemy.
Not really. Just 5 minutes in the microwave. Bam.
I mean, I guess for the time constraint.
I guess I can't hate on it unless I've tried it because I haven't.
When's that done?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Soon? Already, probably?
And I've been watching a lot of cooking videos lately too, specifically sous vide videos.
Oh, what is that?
You don't know what sous vide is?
He's a gentleman?
No, sous vide is a method of cooking.
In the microwave?
No, with sous vide you vacuum seal your steak,
beautiful, yeah.
and then put it in sub-boiling water. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, cool, man.
Yeah.
I've seen some.
What do they call that?
Videos like Joe Rogan did that with elk. He'd sear it and then he'd put it in that vacuum bag. And,
So what's the temperature of the water? Is it boiling?
It's not boiling. It's above 100 degrees, but it's not boiling.
Wow.
Yeah. It may have been boiling at some point. By the time you pour it in there and get the beer or get the meat in there, then
So you can cook anything like that, any type of meat.
Oh yeah.
Cool.
It's a good way to pasteurize eggs. So if you want to do a safe to eat cookie dough, you could put your eggs in sous vide first, and then take it out.
I've been eating raw cookie dough for 20 years and never gotten sick, so I will never worry about that.
Come on.
Either I'm incredibly lucky or it's all bull.
I think it's incredible luck.
It must be lucky.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
The cookie dough.
I have been sick from undercooked meat before.
Have you really?
Yeah.
What do you think it was? Pork?
Oh, it was hamburger. It was hamburger.
Hamburger, really?
At the Westin. All right.
The Westin.
Yeah.
What is that? A hotel?
Western Crown Center.
Oh, okay. That's like a restaurant.
It's a hotel.
Okay.
A very nice and expensive hotel
Nice.
at Crown Center. Before this, I'm going before Silpada now when I was working security.
Cool.
Yeah.
What'd you work for that? What's that security branch?
I worked for
You don't have to say
a company. Well, they're out of business now.
Oh, they're out of business.
But
it's like a third party company that finds you work.
No, it was a actual security company.
Nice.
All right.
Titan. That's what I think it was. I know. That's what my mind goes to when I think security.
But we had contracts at all sorts of hotels.
Beautiful.
But one of them was the Westin.
Cool, man.
And I got a great Westin story. They did the 101 awards one night. We're talking football, right? So NFL players and coaches coming in. So Neil Smith was there and Herm Edwards was there.
Whoa.
And
did you get to meet him?
I stood as close to. He was
like kind of valeted him or something.
No, not valet. I got another story, but this particular story. Oh, could you let some dude named Freeney into his hotel room? Dwight Freeney. Yeah, he is a real cool dude, by the way.
Cool.
He was a real cool dude.
Is he a rich guy?
Well, he plays in the NFL. So.
I mean, sorry, I don't know.
Yeah.
And he could be incredibly bad with his money, so maybe not.
He could be. Hey, who knows?
Yeah.
Who did he play for then? I'm sorry.
He would have been playing for the Colts at the time.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So I met him. I met Sammy Knight. He would have been a Chiefs player at this time. This was at the Sheraton on college, wow. And yes, it was a valet story.
Cool.
I was getting his car out of the valet because when the valets go home at nights, that's when security takes over the valet. And what I remember most about that was his car key was so fucking weird.
It was a fancy car?
It was a very fancy car. I think it was a Benz.
Was it stick shift?
No, it was. I can't drive stick.
Okay.
Well, that's good then.
You can't drive stick shift?
I can't drive stick.
Come on, son.
And I'll get to that in a second.
All right. Ski.
So I got the car out the doors were all open, the trunk was open, and I didn't want it to. And so I get it to. He's all cool about it.
Yeah.
He's all cool about it.
Cool, man.
I should tell you the Washington Redskins story sometime too. So.
You played for the Washington Redskins?
No. One of the times the Redskins were in town, they stayed at the Sheraton.
Oh, that's cool.
And I was supposed to have that night off. I got called in to do extra security.
You got 68 new people there all of a sudden.
Yeah, and those are all cool guys too. In fact, when they came in, at the same time they came in, the bars in the TV were playing USC playing Notre Dame, and they all stopped to watch the football game.
That's cool. That's the Spartans, USC?
Trojans.
Excuse me, the Trojans. That's amazing.
It's the Fighting Irish. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Which was.
I assume USC won back then.
I think USC did win that game, but that's cool. As for the not being able to drive stick thing, it became a running joke between me and my boss at the time.
You can learn how to drive stick, brother. You can do it.
Does he really?
Yes.
You basically we're just charging these people to park their own cars.
If the fucking zombie apocalypse happened, he's got to know how to drive stick shit.
90% of the cars are going to be automatic, probably.
Yeah.
So I think he'll be all right.
Yeah.
The only benefit is the stick shifts. You can start it, like by pushing it and throwing it into gear. That's the only positive.
Right. There's just something nice about knowing how to drive. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm not great at it, but I can drive.
Didn't you have a LeBaron that was a stick shift?
No, it was a stick.
But
it was a turbo.
He had that drop top
LeBaron. It would smoke most people.
Yeah, he had a turbo LeBaron. That's so
89. It looked terrible, but no governor.
What happened to the van? I anticipated a van.
The van unfortunately broke down in 2016.
It was a Dodge, right?
It was a
Chevy?
It was a Ford.
It was a Windstar?
It was a Windstar. But
Windstar,
hey,
bro.
that thing lasts.
Yeah, that purple Windstar. That
It's
was
maroon.
It's
maroon.
I was just giving you go.
I drove that thing for 14
purple
years.
Windstar, boy,
It served me well for 14 years, and then just died on the UMKC campus.
One kaputs on you, huh?
And
where did it seize out at? How many miles? Do you remember?
well over 200,000.
That's good.
Yeah.
Hey, you can't be mad at that.
So anyway,
You can't be mad at that. You got your money's worth.
I couldn't afford the repairs at the time.
Oh yeah.
So we decided, me and the mechanic, that he would take it off my hands and get it fixed for a friend of his who was a single mother that needed transportation.
I mean, hey, let's.
And then the day after, or it was either the day after or 2 days after Christmas.
That's good.
That year.
Nice.
I was
So
able
what
to sign
did you get out of it then?
satisfaction.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
that's good.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever.
Was able to sign the car away to her, and it's a little emotional because again, 14 years I was driving that car.
Yeah, but you feel good about giving somebody else.
That is a positive thing you did. So regardless, it doesn't matter.
Oh yeah.
But then your next car was this car up here.
The next car would have been one of my dad's cars.
Cool. What was your dad's car?
It was a
Oldsmobile.
Oldsmobile Intrigue.
I like Oldsmobiles.
Which already had over 200,000 miles on it. It got over 250, and then it became unsafe to drive because all the gears started going haywire and everything.
That's what you dream of, though. If you get a car that goes 250.
It gets so unsafe to drive that. Okay, we got to get rid of this because I can't. Well, in that case, they don't even make the parts anymore.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. About a month later, then.
You gotta appreciate old cars though. Like just any of those before 2000s was cool.
Yeah. So anyway, about a month later, that's when I got the current car, which is that Sonata.
You have a Sonata, don't you? No. Or Hyundai.
Elantra.
I'm just fucking with you. I don't know what you had. You had an Elantra?
Yeah. It's Man's car.
Sweet.
And what's interesting because I had screwed up my credits so badly that when my mom died, I just said, "Hey, just find a way to get me out of credit card debt, man." And apparently, when they did that, they wiped my credit history clean.
Oh wow! So you have to start over.
So I have to start over. So I had to have my current boss co-sign on that car.
Really?
And the last year, I've been working that off. Got about halfway worked off, and then. Just a couple weeks ago, we did a loan for the remaining part.
Cool. So how's your credit looking now? Like, have you not had a chance to make any?
Well, we'll find out. All right. But I will say I do get to keep more of my paycheck right now. So.
Oh yeah.
Well, I'm still having to pay for insurance and all that good stuff. So.
I think the DoorDash you really like because you make the money instantly. So like once you do a transaction, it goes in your bank account.
Of course, I'm still doing paid video work. So
it's great.
Yeah. My primary clients, League of Women Voters.
You said women voters?
League of Women Voters, yeah.
Well, what's that gal's name that became she just got Overland Park. What's her name? Is she an Indian?
Charisse?
Native American? Yeah, Charisse.
I should know Charisse.
Charisse Davis.
Yeah.
Right?
I should know Charisse.
So you did work for her, is what you're saying? Or like that type of client, I guess is what you were getting at?
All right, so let me tell you my Charisse story. So the League of Women Voters, they're all about voter education and everything.
Yeah.
Keeping people up to date with current events. I first met Charisse about a year before that election, so we're talking 2017, and we were both on a ad hoc committee on educating voters on media literacy.
Yeah.
And then shortly after that, I found she came to one of the podcasters meetups.
Cool.
And I found out that she has a podcast on YouTube called Starty Pants.
You say, what'd you call it?
Starty Pants.
Starty Pants. Cool.
It's about entrepreneurship.
That's good.
Yeah.
Good for her, man. That's good. So you do film for her?
I did not do film for her. So.
Okay. But you say you were doing film for
the League.
The League, okay.
Yeah. Just go in and shoot their meetings and put them on YouTube.
Interesting.
And I get paid for that. Yeah.
So you could essentially rent out your own space and then charge people to do the same type of work.
Well, no, I'm not charging that space or anything. I actually go ahead and do the work for them. So,
Where is that located at? I guess.
League usually holds their meetings at the Atonement Lutheran Church.
Atonement. I like that word.
Which is on Metcalf. On Metcalf, just north of 103rd. Nice. And they do it usually first Sunday of every month. The first Saturday of every month, excuse me. So, the alcohol's getting to me.
How many beers you had, bro?
Just the one.
Let's have another.
I wish one would get to me.
This is my third. Cheaper. Well, I think we're probably about tied.
Well, yours are bigger than mine, but yeah.
Damn right. Wait, 16 ounce. Have you ever had a Miller High Life?
No, I don't bring it here for Miller.
So Bud Light. If you're gonna drink a beer, Bud Light's your choice.
Yeah.
What about Budweiser?
I'll do Bud.
Same company, right?
Yeah, same company.
What about Bud Select?
Dude, have you ever had a Corona Premium? That's nice.
And the thing about Budweiser, that's a St. Louis beer. That's the St. Louis beer, So St. Louis finest.
Are you ready for hockey?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I was ready for hockey. Come on.
Is that a thing? Like you soccer guys also like hockey because they're very similar.
Well, they're similar in terms of.
There's nuances that are similar, but they're not similar.
Well, yeah. For one thing, soccer's not played on ice.
I know, but if you take field and what's the difference in field hockey and
you get fist fight? They're like.
Yeah, I don't get that how fist fighting is acceptable, but when you said the positions are very similar, I mean, I don't know.
Well, you also have fewer guys on a hockey team than you do on a soccer team.
Maybe an air
soccer team you have 11 guys. Hockey, it's only 6.
Maybe an air quotation.
It's more than what do you think? Like 5 times as big?
Maybe an air quotation.
About twice.
The formation.
Twice? I thought
the formation could be.
It's only a difference of 5 guys per side.
What about like the soccer field? How much bigger do you think it is from the rink?
Soccer field.
Soccer field is about the size of a football field.
Yeah, you do a lot of fucking running.
So at least 2 or 3.
You run a couple miles if you think about it.
Yeah.
But I mean, aren't the rules fairly similar? You can't get behind people. You got
There's
people that
gotta stay on
the
Offsides. Yeah.
There's a goalie.
Icing. Yeah, there's a goalie. There's a goalie in both.
A stick you're hitting with.
Kinda.
You can't use Can you use the rest of your parts of your body in hockey?
You can like pick it up with your hand and throw it.
I guess you could. It'd be extremely dangerous, but you could do that.
You can pick it up with your hand and throw it. But
so let's say you were a pile and you jumped on it. Could you throw your glove off, grab the puck, and throw it in the goal and it would score?
I don't know. I don't think I've never seen that happen.
I want some brave SOB to go up there and grab that and just throw the son of a bitch in the goal.
This ain't a fucking circus trick or a fucking carnival trick over at
Carnival.
How dare you?
You gotta throw out all the stops and do what you gotta do to win a game sometimes. And you have penalty shots and shit like that. Like it's very
penalty box. Come on.
Penalty shots. Like if the game.
Well, that too. But hockey's got the penalty box and soccer doesn't.
It doesn't have any of that where you can be down a person.
Well, in soccer, you can be red carded and take it out for the rest of the fucking game.
So if
penalty box, you're only there for a certain amount of time.
So if you get a red card, then you can't replace him.
You're out for 2 games. You're out for 2 games after that, or something crazy.
Yeah. If you get red carded, you're out. You ain't getting replaced. So.
Yeah, and if you're part of the lineup, I think.
But from a layman like me.
Now, if you're a goalie and you get red carded, someone else, 2 guys go.
Sit out.
Yeah, 2 guys go. The goalie himself, and then another outfield player. And then
so you bring in a replacement.
And then you bring in the replacement goalie.
Oh, okay. So you still get the goalie back.
Yeah, you're still going to get a goalie back.
Fair enough. I was going to say you might as well call the game then. Yeah. If you don't even have a goalie, every long shot's got a high percentage.
How long have we been going so far?
How long have we been going? Excuse. I could tell you how long we've been going.
What do you think your longest podcast has been?
Not as long as this. I think we just over an hour.
Right now?
Yeah, we've gone an hour 15.
Is there anything else you want to?
All right, Ski. I wanna ask Ski some rapid fire.
All right.
Okay.
These are just tit for tat questions right here. I wrote.
Feel free to jump in.
All right. Okay. Ready?
All
right. Morning or night? It's one or the other.
For what? What do you mean?
For what?
It's
morning or night?
Just for fun. Like, which do you prefer?
Okay.
Like when we do a podcast, we'll do something similar to this.
Oh, okay.
This little snippet, I guess.
All right. So if I had to choose between the two, night.
And this is rapid. Okay. Pizza or burgers?
Both.
Okay.
Got your ass.
Summer or winter?
Fall.
Okay.
He's changing the rules on here.
You're changing the rules. Country or rap?
Rap.
Oh, okay. Chocolate or vanilla?
Strawberry.
You're cheating.
Target or Walmart?
Well, I won't have fun at Walmart anymore after the LA debacle. So Target.
Okay.
In fact, I got these glasses at Target. So.
I got one for you. Jesus Chicken or Popeyes?
Jesus Chicken.
Car or truck?
Car.
City or country?
City.
Freddy Krueger?
I found out in college I could never live in the country.
Freddy Krueger or Michael Myers?
Jason.
All right. Hey, and that was it. That was it right there. Woo.
KU or North Carolina? Yeah. Neither.
He said
number one, UMKC, because they gave me a degree.
Number two, Duke.
Dookies.
That's so funny.
But if we're talking about football, number one is Notre Dame.
Ski said
number two, Florida State.
Oral Roberts.
We'll be conference rivals again next year.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
I don't know if you heard about that. So yeah, the Roos are going back to the Summit League next year. And,
that's good.
And Oral Roberts is going to be sitting there waiting for us to kick their ass.
I hope you do.
Cool.
I actually brought that up as a story that likely wouldn't make the podcast, but it's one of the times I visited my brother in Oklahoma.
Okie from Muskogee. Yeah.
He intentionally kept me out of South Tulsa.
He kicked you out?
Where that's where Oral Roberts is in the south.
Keep you away from the Mormons?
John Smith? Hello.
Joseph Smith.
Excuse me. Yeah. Blasphemy.
And that's Salt Lake City, by the way. Or actually, you know what? You know where where the actual Mormon Mecca is? Right in our backyard, Independence, Missouri.
Isn't that where?
Independence, Missouri.
What did they say? Where is that supposed to have been?
When is the Jesus supposed to come down? He's supposed to come down in Independence.
Yeah.
Well, the Garden of Eden, right? Is that where it's supposed to?
That's
be?
where it was. Yeah, and Independence.
Hey, Missouri. If I could live, Missouri's really nice, man. There's some parts of Missouri that are really nice.
Yeah, absolutely.
As far as country and countryside is concerned, like
absolutely.
Hell yeah.
Now, as for me not being able to live in the country, well, if I go somewhere and they don't understand what the word venue means,
yeah. Hell
there
yeah.
you go.
Hell
I'm talking about Baldwin City, Kansas. There, so.
I've been to Baldwin City.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've got the blues since they amputated my Lordy, Lordy, war is, well, you know, I don't have to tell. Oh, I've got the alcoholic,
So thanks to Dan and Luke for a very enjoyable episode. And for those of you listening at home, not only do not try this at home, do not try this if you're under 21 years of age. And if you must know, I only had one beer the entire night. It was a can of Bud Light. So, as always, ways you can help the podcast. We'll tell your friends about the podcast. Subscribe on the numerous platforms that we're on. Like our Facebook page, facebook.com/uncalledforpodcasts. Check our blog, uncalledfor.home.blog. And keep an eye out for new episodes as they come. So with that out of the way, thank you so much for listening. We will talk to you next time. This podcast is Uncalled For, is hosted, produced, and edited by myself, Mike Chernevsky. Opening music is Fantasia Fantasia by Kevin MacLeod at Incompetech.com, licensed under Creative Commons by Attribution 4.0 license. Outro music is Guts and Bourbon by Kevin MacLeod at Incompetech.com, licensed under Creative Commons by Attribution 4.0 license. Additional music included Morocco Sting by Kevin MacLeod at Incompetech.com, licensed under Creative Commons by Attribution 4.0 license, and The Alcoholic Blues by Vernon Dahlhart, licensed under a public domain license.
If you would like to support this podcast or any of Mike's other creative endeavors, please consider making a donation at patreon.com/Mike Chernevsky. That's MikeCzerniewski. Donations over $5 will receive a special thanks on a future podcast. Thank you so much for listening. We will see you next time.
Hang on a sec.